What's going on, y'all? It's your girl, NeffyRaps. It's the vibe session right here, Power 214 Radio. Y'all know we bringing y'all the hottest independent artist music. We got the interviews, not only from right here in the Triple D, baby, but from all over. And we have a very special guest on the show today, Daang Woodz. Welcome to the vibe session. What's going on?
So, what up, though? Dallas, what up, everybody? Thank you for having me.
Of course. Welcome to the show. You already know the vibes, okay? So listen, for the people that's watching, listening, let us know what city you're from today.
All right, so I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. So, shout out to all my family from D. Currently living in Arizona right now. And, just making it do what it do. But I'm always be Midwest, at heart. So I'm always be Midwest.
Okay, but Detroit is home, but you rep in Midwest. I'm not mad at that. So what made you make that shift? What made you move from Detroit to where you are now?
Okay, so, just graduated high school, and pretty much I just followed my family because I know if I would have stayed in the city, no more school, trouble. It definitely would have equaled trouble. So I just decided to, hey, if I ain't going to school, I'm going to go ahead and stick with my family.
Okay. All right. I can't be mad at that decision. It's like you got to do what you feel is best for you. And sometimes we got to get out of those environments. Because I know for me, I had to leave where I'm originally from okay. So I can do a little better. So trust me, I completely understand. So now you out in the Midwest. What's the music scene like out there right now?
My fault. I said I'm a Midwest always at heart, but I live on the West Coast. Arizona is the West Coast. I'm not that far from Vegas, not that far from LA.
Okay. Yeah. So how's it in Arizona right now? I know it's hot. Got to be hot as hell. I hear it's really hot. It's hot in Texas right now, so I can only imagine.
Man, terribly hot. We just now are kind of, getting down in degrees, but my God, because the hottest months out here is June, July, August, and probably the second week about September, it start letting up on us. But it's so hot, the devil don't even come out here. That's how hot it is.
I hear all the aliens come out there to Arizona. Is that true?
I mean, you're interviewing one right now. I'm not from this world. I'm a different individual.
I'm telling you, that's what they say. They telling us that that's the last big news we're going to get in 2020, right? Is that aliens are real. But no. So on a serious note, okay, you out there repping. So tell us a little bit about your music journey. How did you get into creating and doing the artist thing?
Okay. So, well, first and foremost, it probably have to go back to family, coming from Detroit, which is at one point was the mecca for Black music because of Motown. It's a historical music scene, and the Motown era was very impactful. So growing up in my household, if my mother wasn't playing music, then one of my brothers was playing music. You feel me? So I'm a child. I have 3 other brothers, so it's 4 of us. And we all have individual tastes, but we all love music. So I got one brother who in the basement, all he playing is hip hop. I got one brother, all he playing is R&B, neo soul, and gospel music. Then I got my mama playing the oldies, and I got my baby brother, he playing rock music, and it's just like I have a love, and people, I don't think people will ever take me serious when I say it, but I have a genuine love for all type of music.
Okay. I like that diversity. So that probably speaks to your own style of music and how you create when you, whether it be beat selection, how you write, whatever, and people that have all of that going on, kind of, a well-versed when it comes to creating music. So with that said, how would you describe your sound? Like if somebody asked you, like, what's the Daang Woodz flavor? What's the vibe of his music? What would you say?
I would tell people that my vibe is is kind of like the human experience. It's like, I believe I can't just be one way without being another way, because that's not realistic. You know, that's not life. So if I have my rainy days, I have my rainy days. If I write about it and make a song about it, that's what it's gonna be. That would be the whole feeling. Like I'm really I'm really anal about that, trying to make sure if I capture a certain feeling or if I capture a certain vibe, that I stick with it and I try to dig deep. So it's like, if I have a song where I'm really happy, that, you know, or whatever. So I can't really tell people I have one distinct sound. All I can tell people is, if you listening to Daang Woodz, you definitely listening to an honest artist.
Okay.
Honest. Everything is honest. It's gonna be genuine. It's gonna be real stories, because, you know, that's the type of music I grew up off of. Like, if I talk about just hip hop, I tell people all the time, I'm like a child of Tupac, Eminem, and Kendrick. Because when I'm listening to them as a listener, before I became a fan, they were the most honest artists in their, you know, when they came out. Not saying other artists aren't good, not the, you know, the other OGs, other greats, but just to me, Tupac, Eminem, and Kendrick, when I first heard them, I was like, yo, they were brave enough to be like, I'm flawed, listen to me. So that impacted me more versus just, you know, saying I'm one style.
Okay. And that, to me, that vulnerability is always what makes a great artist, right? Like your listeners, your fans, the people, they want to be able to connect with you and what you're saying. So I think that vulnerability is always important. Like all the artists you mentioned, they had that piece. Like you feel like, you know, it's like they're not perfect and they give you all of that rawness through their music and all of that. So that's dope. Okay, cool. So listen, I'm peeping you right now. I see you got that. What is it? Higher Elevation. Is this the Black owned brand that we rocking today? What's going on? Let us know what's going on.
It's a little bit of True Religion, you know.
Okay.
I got a lot of truth to me. But I don't believe so much in religion. But I still like True Religion, you know. I like looking like, but I just had to, you know, I got the hat, match the shirt, but this the little
the Africa piece.
It's my mama medallion, so you know, I definitely got it.
Shout out to Mom Dukes.
Especially her. Shout out to her. It's always Afrocentric. Actually, I also got the one joint sitting next to me. You know, hopefully all these people can see this too.
Okay.
You gotta understand what it is at all times.
So let us see that. What is that? Tell us a little bit about this piece we got sitting here, because that's a familiar face. That looks like George Floyd. Is that right?
It's George Floyd. It's a piece my mom paid for an artist to, you know, she paid for the artist to do for her. And, you know, he came back with the dollar bill. And actually, I don't know if you can see too well, but this section right here is a list of multiple names. So, you know, Brianna is on here, Trayvon, you know, just, you know, different people we lost.
Wow. So that's such a dope piece, man. That's a dope piece of art. Because it speaks to the times. Rest in peace to George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Trayvon Martin. The list goes on and on and on. All the people that we've lost to police brutality is such a long list. And right now, like, the world is completely into the Black Lives Matter movement. We see it here in our own cities. We've seen it international. Like, we've seen people on the news in crazy places protesting for Black Lives Matter. So, you know, to kind of shift to that, 2020 has given us a lot of different things with the pandemic. And then with that as well, the Black Lives Matter movement. So with both of those things, how are you kind of coping and managing, and how do you feel about kind of the state of the world right now?
Oh, man. So the first thing that hit me that I had to articulate to a lot of people, a lot of my friends, family, is the feeling of tiredness. I was just tired because it's like, for us Black people, these stories are nothing new. It's not like, what happened to George that it hasn't happened before. So for me and people in my, in my age group, we just tired of it. And this was kind of like the breaking point for me as a Black man in this country and as an artist. It was like, man, I'm over it. I'm sick of, seeing the protests, because if you really dive deep into this, like if you really look at it, you'll see that the same chants and the same marches and the same riots, all this been going on since the 60s. How come it's still going on? Why is history still repeating itself? It's because we haven't healed. I personally believe people haven't truly had that conversation with themselves. They haven't looked in the mirror and been honest with themselves and said, look, there is an issue. There is a problem. It's a big problem. And until that issue gets resolved, history is going to continue to repeat itself. And sadly, we might keep seeing this, which I hope we don't, because I don't know how much my heart can take any more of it. I'm fed up. But I know for me as an individual, I can't isolate, people, or I can't attack people, because that's not going to help the situation either. Mm-hmm. I've been more of the mindset, instead of trying to, talk at people, I need to talk to people. I need to educate them more, because a lot of people don't know. Because especially in Arizona, there's so many different cultures. It's like a cultural melting pot out here. Because, you'll have Native Americans, you'll have, Africans, you'll have Caucasians, Mexicans, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, just different cultures, different races. And everybody is raised differently. They have different values. They see family different. They see, financials different, And so I can't help people, or I can't get the point across if I'm just already on 10 and I'm yelling at them. I can't do it. The only way I can really do, my part, by talking to you and using my art. Like, because I really do believe music can heal, and I believe vibrations are very, very powerful. Mm-hmm. If you know how to use it correctly.
That's a fact. That's a big fact. I mean, some of the biggest records, some of the most timeless records are records that made us feel something, right? The ones that lasted the test of time, even artists that are long gone, sometimes their music will live on depending on that energy that comes out of that record. But you definitely broke down a lot of things there, especially with Arizona. Like, I'm not as familiar with the culture there, but to know, how difficult it may be to kind of get people to understand and see. I mean, I think that's probably the truth almost everywhere. I think the biggest takeaway is, listen to Black voices, y'all. Listen to Black people. When we say what we say, we mean it. Like, we don't have to cap. We don't have to fabricate things. Because the truth is, when anyone else tells you an experience, they expect you to believe it, right? Like, they say, yeah, in my country, it's like la, 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 la. We don't have a reason to argue that. We're like, okay, cool, right? Yeah, we hear you, cool. I didn't know it was like that. My bad, And Black people, we have a thing of doing it all the time. We have a lot more empathy, I feel, than other, kinds of people sometimes. Not all of us, but sometimes we're able to see other people's struggles, or a Black person to be quick to jump on another cause and be like, wait a minute, we got a few over here that we need to wrap up first. You know what I mean?
I definitely feel like it's genetic because, you know, in our DNA, we're born from the struggle. So we can easily identify and sympathize with other people's struggle. You know what I'm saying? So no, it definitely, for not, like you said, not all, but some of us Black people, we definitely, if the neighbor who is Filipino is, you know, something is happening, like you automatically like, damn, I feel for you, bro. Like, you try to reach that hand out. So no.
We come from the struggle. We know what's up. We know what to do.
Definitely know what's up.
Okay. All right, cool. So we took it heavy. We had to get philosophical on y'all real quick, okay? But we gonna bring it back because I was checking you out on the gram and stuff, and you strike me as a funny guy, with the jokes. Is this true? Am I right about this or what? Tell me something.
I think I am a comedian. I would argue that with anybody. I feel like I'm a comedian. Just like if I'm talking about hip hop, I feel like I'm a child of Tupac, Eminem, and Kendrick. I feel like my funny humor, I'm definitely a child of my family, like my brothers, my parents, and then also a child of Dave Chappelle. That's like my favorite comedian.
Listen, shout out Dave Chappelle, one of the greatest comedians alive right now, one of the greatest Black comedians ever. Shout out to Dave Chappelle. So, are you the kind that like is roasting the family members when they come in, or are you the kind that's like just giving life experiences and making it funny? What kind of comedian are you?
I'm trying to tell you right now, if I gotta roast you, we roasting. Like sometimes me and my little brother, you would think we don't like each other the way we just be at each other's throats. I be on this bumper sometimes, but that's just how we communicate. But then it'll be sometimes like even yesterday we had Sunday Fun Day because one of my cousins from Detroit had just moved out here with her kids and stuff. And so every Sunday we've been cooking, you know, making sure the house clean, come over, you know, we laugh, we play good music. And yesterday, you know, she called me on video. I was like, dang, man, I should have charged her something. She got some good material. I don't know if I want to put it on my gram yet. It's really good. She basically, because I'm also a dancer. Like I started rapping in middle school first, and then I started dancing. And so yesterday, I had on what Teddy Jam. You remember? You know that Jam? Oh, Jam. So I had that on, and my cousin was like, "Cuz I'm gonna just say things, and you have to do a dance about it on the spot." So she was like, "Comb your hair." I was like, I'm gonna comb my hair. Comb my hair. Yeah.
Is this on TikTok? I mean, can she record it? What's going on?
Hey man, I'll put it out at a later date. You know, I gotta just talk about it first, you know, gain that interest on it.
Okay.
No.
All right, I ain't mad at it. Have you ever roasted a girl that you liked or were dating and she was like not feeling it? Or had a good reaction even? Has that ever happened?
See, that's the funny thing. You would probably get the impression of me that I'm a very outgoing social butterfly, but I'm really a low-key kind of dude. I'm very, naturally, I'm an introvert. So if I'm roasting you, one, I gotta love you, and I gotta know you. But if it's the other way, like if I'm roasting you and I don't know you, then that just means, hey man, you shouldn't have came out the house like that.
Do better.
Do better. Go home.
Exactly. All right, cool. Well, all right, Daang Woodz. Well, I want to get into this record. We got to let the people hear in just a few. So tell us a little bit about the single that you're promoting today.
All right. So the single I am promoting is called Don't Ask Me. you know, and Don't Ask Me is a personal record. It's something, because I'm no longer, I think when I first started making music, I wanted to make great timeless music, but now I'm getting to a point where I'm just trying to make great listening experiences. Because for me personally, I know, like, I'm fully confident in my ability as a rapper. Like, I know I still have to prove something to whoever out there in the world, but dang, I know I can rap. Now I just want to get to the point where I know I can make good, timeless music. I don't want something to just be a momentary thing. I want it to be something that can last. So Don't Ask Me is a song, it's quick little backstory. So I'm the feature on this song. It's actually my partner, Flizz's, it's his song. His name is Flizzy. He had reached out to me because another local kind of bigger name rapper in Arizona had did, you know, a rap challenge, the Kool AF challenge. And I did it. Instead of just, you know, sitting by the phone recording a freestyle verse, I went all out. I made it a short little skit. I made a video to it, and I recorded it like it was a verse already, like it should be on the song already. Mm-hmm. That's how I wanted to record it, but it was just a freestyle verse. Mm-hmm. And so it got a lot of little buzz and traction. And Fliz saw it. He can't remember because, you know, we talk about it, we laugh about it, but he can't remember who he saw posted, but he reached out to me. And when he reached out to me, you know, I've never been the type of person, because there are some people that you'll try to reach out to. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I'm talking about y'all if y'all hearing this. You try to reach out to them and they'll leave you on red. And it's like, bro, you know, we both, you know, coming out the bottom, you know, there's no need for, you know, any type of feelings, because at the end of the day, you know, you not successful, I'm not successful yet, but you know, I'm really thankful that the universe, God, put Fliz in my life, because he hit me up. He liked, you know, my verse. He believed in my talent. He told me, you know, hey, I'm a producer, rapper, da da da. You know, I would really like to work with you. Sent me a beat. Listen to the beat, because no. What happened was I was like, hey. Because he was like, I got this beat, let me send it to you. I was like, all right, let me see if I vibe with it. Because if I can't naturally vibe with it, I don't want to fake it, then I respectfully be like, you know, I can't do the song. Mm-hmm. So he sent it. I was driving, looking for apartments. I remember the day. I was looking for apartments, driving, doing. Put it on my phone. I'm listening to it. I'm like, yo. And then I come up with like the hook that you're going to hear in the song. And I just keep repeating it to myself. I'm like, yo, that's it. That's it. Like, I get real animated and hyped when, you know, things just click naturally. Mm-hmm. So I immediately called him, or I sent them my number and I was like, call me. Because I think I've done that to like 3 other people where they send me something. I'm like, bro, call me. We got to talk about this. Mm-hmm. I'm a talker on the phone. I don't really like texting too much and emails too much. But call me. You know, he called me. We talked about it. 2 days passed. We talked about it again. We were on the phone. Within probably 2 days, we wrote the chorus, because he had something pre-written to it. And I was very passionate about doing the chorus, that I told him, let me do it, because I am definitely a lyricist. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you know the stigma with lyricists. It's like, if you're a very lyrical rapper, you can't really make good songs. Mm-hmm. That's like a stigma. Mm-hmm. And I definitely want to break that. So I was like, let me do the chorus. You have to let me get this. If I can get this down, then I can keep working from, you know, I can keep working from this foundation. I can keep going up. So he was on board. We went to the studio, recorded, and now the rest is history, because no matter what, I love this song. I think that the song is phenomenal, and I didn't expect the type of performance coming from me or him. So we have this great bond and great chemistry that we can just play with it. Also, Fliz is from Dallas, Texas, so shout out to all his family out there.
Okay.
Because he sent this song to his family, and all his family was liking it. So I was like, man, and now even with this opportunity being on the Vibe session, it's like I have another opportunity to see if Dallas people can really vibe with a kid from Detroit. I have an opportunity. So I'm really excited to see your reaction and to see how you feel about it.
Absolutely.
But the song is about ain't shit people. Dedicated to two individuals in my personal life. So I hope they hear it.
Okay. Big energy. Message. Yes. But that's dope, man. That's the beauty about the industry. Number one is that no matter where you're from, since we're in the streaming era, you know, sometimes you think an artist is from the South, but they from the West Coast or vice versa. Like the beauty of the music now is that people are kind of just experiment with sound and creating a lot of dope subgenres of hip hop.